Hey y'all, so I seen that there were some questions on the D40 and D45 chart. So basically, this chart is in sidereal because that's what Jyotish or Vedic astrology follows. So this is your D1 chart, which is basically your regular natal chart that as you know of, right? So when I scroll like this, you'll see the D40 right here. And then you'll see the D45 chart, right? So up here, this is the North, this is the South Indian chart. This is the East Indian chart. You won't see this East Indian one often, right? You're more than likely going to see the South one or the North one. I personally use the Northern chart because I also see it in astrology that isn't Eastern based. You'll usually see this chart instead based during like post-Hellenistic times. You'll see this chart like in horary readings. For some reason, I can't think of the astrologer, even though I use their system all the time for horary, but that's neither here nor there. So when you scroll down here, you'll see the nakshatras. With the nakshatras, what you're going to have to understand is on my site, I cover some of these. So Swati, I covered before. Gesture, I've covered before. Maga, I've covered before, etc., 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 right? Chitra as well. These are nakshatras that are, I covered, I'm just going to leave it at that. If you check on my channel, scroll down, I cover all of that. And on my site, I have something where it's called What is Sidereal on Taisoleil.com. Link is in my about page on YouTube. You know where I'm talking about. That's really the preface. Learning how to read this is basically, you see that there's a 10 here because they correlate like the first house in Vedic astrology, the first house to Aries and etc., right? This is not your 10th house, okay? This is just for medical astrology, what they use for medical astrology. So like, you know, the Sagittarius is the thighs, the 9th house is the thighs, kind of like that type of spiel. Not y'all having me having to pull out the whiteboard, but let's get into it. So basically what I was going to say is for these, for these, I want you to not pay attention to none of these. So these numbers right here are basically irrelevant. Let me make this bigger. Ooh. Okay, there we go. These are basically irrelevant. I'm going to just cross out the numbers. It's going to take a while to kind of get adjusted to it. Like I said, the reason why they're up is to for medical astrology and stuff like that. We'll cover later. Let's get the basics in for y'all. So basically, the ascendant is always going to be the first house because we're using whole signs. Whole signs is where, we'll explain that in another video, okay? So this is the first house. This is the second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, and 12th house. What's going to also help you understand is the ascendant and the descendant right here, which is the first and 7th house, are angles. The 4th and 10th house are angles. They're always going to oppose each other. That'll be your nice starting point and things like that. The second house is always going to correlate to the 8th house. The 12th house is always going to be opposite of the 6th house. The 9th house is always going to be opposite the 3rd house. 11th house is going to be always opposite the 5th house. So, like I said, I hope that helps. If y'all have any questions, just let me know. As far as nakshatras, go to Taisoleil.com. So, I'm going to tell y'all where to go. So, Taisoleil.com. This is where you're going to find me. Find all the nakshatra videos and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and also be sure to like and subscribe. I will be posting more in-depth stuff I'm not going to be like other YouTube channels that don't post nothing. I will be posting. You will be seeing me. I will be doing pick a pile spreads for tarot and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching again. Hey y'all, so I'm going to teach you how to pull up a harmonic chart. So remember the D40 and D45 chart I showed y'all with cosmic insights. Those are called divisional charts. Well, the same thing applies in Western astrology, and you'll be able to pull up the same thing using a circular chart on an astrology website called Astro. So if you look at the top, astro.com, you can go there and you can pull up a divisional chart or your ancestral chart using these methodologies. So you'll see me put 40 there. You'll see why I did that. So basically, when we scroll down, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. You see where it says harmonic chart. Now see how it says please enter harmonic number in the day field? We're going to put the number in that day field. Where it says start date. When you see that, you click here to show chart. You'll see that it'll pull up a divisional chart for you. Now, you'll clearly see the difference between this chart and the divisional charts is there's actual houses, whereas this one doesn't have any. This is sidereal system I'm still using. You can use it for tropical, though I am not versed in that. So don't try to ask me questions about it because I don't do tropical at all. But I hope this helps. You'll get your aspects down here and things of that nature. If you want to know how to pull up a sidereal chart on astro.com, I do have a video, and I'm going to be making a playlist that says sidereal. Just going to be named sidereal on YouTube, and you'll be able to click there, and then you'll see it being the first video on how to pull up a sidereal chart because I made it a couple months ago. So I hope you got all the information that you needed. Be sure to like and subscribe and all of that. Bye.